Hi, my name is Venkat. I'm the Vice President of Engineering for the Consumer and Mobile Group in McAfee India Center in Bangalore. And my job is to essentially work on products and technologies that help people stay safe online. So essentially, the survey on teens and tweens was done across about 7 cities that included New Delhi, Bangalore, Pune, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, and we interviewed we did the survey with about 1,500 people, which it's a 50-50 split between male and female children, and essentially about trying to determine what their online habits were. And what's very important to understand here is that the Indian kids are going online significantly a lot more than they used to. And what is even more worrying is people or kids in the age of 8 to 12 who are known as tweens are also pretty much online. And then you have, and when you look at the kind of things that they're doing, it's pretty scary as well. They're divulging a lot of personally identifiable information that puts them and their families at risk. And additionally, one of the things that has come out in the studies is how they're able to dodge their parents, because the parents are ignorant about the technologies and that they need to use, and the trust that they need to build with the kids, so that they're able to manage the issues. So essentially, what's happening is, as you look across the spectrum, whether they're tweens or whether they're teens, they're putting themselves at risk. The other highlight is that when you look at the numbers, a significant number of them have actually been cyberbullied, which means that they have been there's been somebody on the other side who's emotionally blackmailed them in some way, and that's another important aspect of the survey as well, and that's happening quite a bit online. And the important question is now, how do we get over all of these things? And it's a combination of two things. Essentially, the attackers are exploiting a couple of things. One is the weaknesses of the human mind, and they're exploiting essentially the vulnerabilities that exist across the entire stack of technologies, right from the devices that the kids are on to the point, till the different servers that they cross through the firewall and so on. And what is really required at this point is a combination of two things. You need a combination of both discipline on the internet and common sense that needs to happen. Kids need to, parents need to be made aware of the dangers, and they need to be an equal participant in this whole ecosystem as well. And the second thing is, it's important to make sure that they also use technology to good effect, because you need a combination of both common sense as well as technology to be able to protect yourself and have a happy journey in this space online. It's really a combination of these two, and when you employ these together, you can rest in peace.
So, what is your role in playing this, in the market? How do you address some of the issues?
So the role that I have essentially is to develop the technologies that are required in order to protect the ecosystem across the entire stack. So my teams are involved essentially in creating products and essentially staying ahead of the game as far as the bad guys are concerned.
Bullying happens everywhere, correct? But is it an alarming kind of situation?
Certainly. The one thing about the internet is, the couple of things, and I kind of spoke about it a little earlier, is it offers you, there is this whole assumed trust. And the second thing is, it's guaranteed anonymity. And when we talk about guaranteed anonymity, we are talking about the internet being ageless, borderless, and you don't even know who the other person on the other side is. It takes a couple of minutes to actually create an email ID and put yourself in trouble. So what you really need is technology that will help you ensure that you are able to identify leaks, able to encrypt messages. There's a whole bunch of things that happens in the background through the technology that is required. So the combination of both assumed trust as well as guaranteed anonymity puts people on the other side at risk and gives attackers a significant advantage. One of the important things is, technology alone is not going to help. I think it's a combination of both being sensible online, and it requires an equal participation from the parents, because today, in reality, what is happening is, children are ahead of the game at this point. I have seen kids with ages of 3, and they have digital devices, and they know a lot more than their parents. And what is required is for parents to also understand that they need to understand the ecosystem. They cannot afford to be ignorant, and they need to understand the moods. And when a child is cyberbullied, for example, we have tons of material on our website at home.mcafee.com, and there is an advice center that tells people, both kids and parents, on how they can stay safe online. And there is a lot of material that's there online that people can leverage and ensure that they do a better job in terms of building a trust, getting to know what the kids are doing, and use the right technology to make sure that everybody in the family stays safe.